early. We can carry on.
We got 3 minutes.
Wow.
It always takes about 20 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
It was like any.
No, the other one was, I didn't have anything for you.
Were you able to say anything over there?
I did. Oh, because you answered and then I just,
Yeah, she came back in. Thank you, girl.
no, I had talked to Phil.
Doesn't know how, yeah, I guess it's probably very different situations. It's not like, we have it separated. But still, even though he's probably, people are very, questions.
I wouldn't get any trip until
Rain getting questions from
so it rained.
Rich, from Steve, from Sam. They're all. I told one the group that's gonna.
Low-income housing today.
We don't receive the low.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that's still not
It's newness that is still down on top of the fact that.
I like your ring. You got a lot of pretty rings. Thank
It
you.
looks just odd.
Interesting questions.
They cleared that. They just love my lawns. Whatever. For the grass, I'll just die. I don't have to cut it.
Yeah, that's just important. It used to be this type of water. It wasn't like, oh, not a big, just lower. It's better than it was.
No complaints.
And she said, "What's usually
Scheduled for reconstruction. Survey crews already been out there.
Say about that.
Now 6:30, the May 20th work study session began. We'll start with officials' reports. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Good evening, everyone. Last Thursday, the city of Southgate hosted our annual Student Government Day, during which several of our high school seniors were sworn in as honorary elected officials and department heads for the day. It was a great event and a wonderful way for our young students to learn more about municipal government and specifically the city of Southgate. The day included tours of all of the city departments and concluded with a mock city council meeting. The students did an admirable job conducting the meeting. There were thoughtful, inquisitive, and at some times humorous remarks. Congratulations to all of our honorary city officials and best wishes as they begin their post-high school educations at the various colleges and trade schools this fall. The students also appreciated the presence of several of our elected officials. Joining me were our city clerk, Jan Ferenz, council president Zoe Cuspa, and council members Karen George, Priscilla Ayers-Reese, Adrian Price, and Ed Golick. Special thanks to the student advisors, Michelle Cieslak and Zach Cruz, and to my administrative assistant, Laura Walsh, for all the work that they did to make that event a success. Laura was not there, and Julie Goddard, our Parks and Rec director, kind of filled in for her on that day. But all in all, the effort that was put in prior to the day was pretty substantial. And also to our local Kiwanis and Rotary clubs for sponsoring breakfast and lunch for all the participants. Our 50th annual, it's hard to believe it's been 50 years, but especially when some of us remember the first one. That 50 years ago, we started our Heritage Day celebration, and it's just about 2 weeks from now. This year's festivities will take place on Thursday, June 4th through Sunday, June 7th. Many of our annual favorites will be returning, including our annual Heritage Days parade on Saturday, Taste of the Town, classic car show, food trucks, and a wide array of live music. Friday's headline entertainment will feature 50 amp fuse from 7 to 10 p.m. Saturday's live music starts with Little Davy and the Diplomats during Taste of the Town, with an evening lineup featuring Wisteria from 5 to 7 and Sunset Boulevard from 7 to 10. This year's Grand Marshal for our Heritage Days Parade will be Mr. Alex Begin. Alex and his company, Southgate Tower LLC, is responsible for the Southgate Tower Apartments development. This $50 million investment in our community represents the single largest residential development in the history of our city. The Bank Tower apartment project is and will remain very consequential for our community, and having Mr. Begin serve as this year's Grand Marshal is very appropriate. Our carnival, Elliot's Amusements, will move to the parking lot west of Logan's Roadhouse there on Eureka, and they will again be providing free wristbands to the top readers at our elementary schools. The Southgate Historical Foundation will once again be hosting our annual all-school, all-class reunion. This gathering will be held Friday evening from 6 to 9 p.m. and is open to all graduating classes from all Southgate high schools. The foundation will also be providing historical school displays from Schaefer, Southgate High, Aquinas, and Southgate Anderson. So attention all Schaefer Vikings, some Southgate Sabres, Aquinas Raiders, and Southgate Titans. Show your pride, meet up with your former classmates, and attend the 12th annual all-school, all-class reunion. For more information and a complete schedule of events, look for our Heritage Days insert in the latest edition of the Southgate Star or visit our city website. The City of Southgate respects the men and women who serve our community as first responders. The banner that adorns the front of our municipal building celebrates the stellar work performed by our police officers, firefighters, EMS technicians, and our DPS workers. This month, those professions are also being acknowledged on a national level. It is very important that we continue to hold these professions and the individuals who take on these difficult tasks in high regard, both nationally and locally. As a city, we appreciate our first responders and the work that they do to keep our community safe and enhance the overall quality of life for our residents. And speaking of service over self, our annual solemn Memorial Day service will be held tomorrow, Thursday, May 21st at 6 p.m. In the library parking lot in front of the memorial. I commend Mr. Jim Austin and his dedicated group from the VFW and American Legion for once again organizing this event. It is the true purpose of our Memorial Day holiday. My family and I look forward to seeing many of our residents in attendance as we pay tribute to those who gave their lives to protect and serve our great nation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
I do have some election information. There will be 2 elections this year. The primary is August 4th, and the general election is going to be held November 3rd. With this being state elections, it is mandatory to have 9 days of early voting, so we will have 9 days of early voting for both elections, so there's no reason why not to vote. Looking forward to seeing y'all.
Mr. Treasurer.
No report.
Councilman Price.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Brownfield Development Authority met to discuss a brownfield plan for the former Aquinas High School. That was ultimately approved by the board, and it will be referred to council at a later meeting. I was unable to go to the Parks and Rec Committee, but I do have the flyer for Miracle League Field stakeholders and community town hall for Tuesday, May 26th from 5:30 to 6:30. It's going to be located at council chambers. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Roush.
No report.
Councilman Graziani.
No report.
I just want to say congratulations to the Southgate Anderson class of 2026. Today was their senior walkout, and they went around to all the elementary schools as well and they walked the halls once more at those buildings. So congratulations to them as they graduate on the 2nd of June. Councilman George.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Cultural Arts and Special Events Commission met last night. They spent most of the meeting talking about all the summer events. The memorial service tomorrow night, and they will be presenting a wreath. The concerts in the park, which start June 16th at Market Center Park. The commission supported awarding $500 of the money that they have raised to the DDA to sponsor concerts in the park. They are excited about walking in the Heritage Days Parade on June 6th. The Library Commission did not meet, but I would encourage you to visit their website for events for children, teens, and adults. The children's summer reading program is June 15th through August 15th, and the theme is Unearth a Story. I too would like to comment on Student Government Day. It's one of my favorite events. I enjoy talking to the seniors about the government and observing the mock council meeting. They did an outstanding job, and they handled an unruly citizen, an unscheduled persons in the audience, with care, I wish we could have given them a little more advice on that, but they really did a good job. I too would like to congratulate them and offer them the best wishes as they graduate and move on to their next career or endeavor, whichever field they choose to go into. And that's all I have, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councilman Ayers Reese.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Planning Commission did meet on Monday, May 11th. New business was in regards to Bacall Development for 15601 North Line Road. The planned development site review. This is for the previous Aquinas High School, so I know everyone wants to know about that. The applicant is requesting to redevelop the site through a series of 3 phases as part of a planned development, which includes a self-storage facility, multifamily housing, and a retail building along North Line Road. The property is currently 37.86 acres in size and has been rezoned from R1A, one family residential, to R01 restricted office and planned development in order to accommodate the project. The decision was to defer it to a later date for comments to be addressed and preliminary site plan approval for Phase 2, the commercial buildings. These are outstanding items to be addressed to the satisfaction of the Planning Commission and City Council. For the old business, Rosada Hota for 15446 Fort Street, there was a conditional use site plan review proposed dine-in and takeout restaurant. The city is in receipt of a conditional use and site plan review application. The applicant intends to utilize and renovate the existing building on site to be used as a new neighborhood scale fast casual restaurant. A public hearing for the project was held during April 2026 Planning Commission meeting, and revisions were discussed. Revised plans have been submitted, and based on the information provided, they recommended conditional approval of the proposed sit-down restaurant with a few items to be addressed. And I also want to give a shout out to our public safety police department. My niece's car broke down on Trenton and Eureka, and Officer Parsons stopped and helped her, and I thank him so much. So I appreciate you all. So please take that back to him for me. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councilman Golley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Downtown Development Authority meeting will be tomorrow at noon. I'll have that report at our next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Marsh.
Madam
Councilman
Chair,
George.
I forgot to mention, I thought somebody else would. We do have the citywide garage sale, June 12th, 13th, and 14th. And if you want to add your name to the list, contact the treasurer's office at 734-258-3012. That's it, Madam Chair.
Mr. Marsh, please, for the agenda.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening. Under Communications A, the first item is the recommendation for adoption of the fiscal year 2026-2027 budget. This budget was printed for council on April 1st, discussed at length during a public budget workshop on April 25th, and then the public hearing for the budget was held at the last meeting on May 6th. Are there any questions regarding this item? Okay, seeing none. Next is the approval of the proposed fiscal year 2026-2027 water and sewer rates. The public hearing for these rates was held during the council meeting on May 6th. Are there any questions from council note in that item? Okay, seeing none. Next is the approval of the proposed Southgate Wyandotte Drainage District user charges. Again, the public hearing for those user charges was held during the meeting on May 6th. Are there any questions from council? I'd just like to add, for those first 3 items, the administration has not received any additional public comments since the public hearings at the last meeting. Next is an item regarding a new emergency notification system. The city's agreement with Code Red is up at the end of June. The police chief received quotes from Code Red, Regroup, and HyperReach for similar emergency alert services. Each company offers a unique platform, and after review of all three offerings, the administration is recommending moving to HyperReach for a 3-year term beginning on July 1st. According to HyperReach, the residents who have already registered with Code Red will automatically be enrolled with the new system. Some of the other new benefits with HyperReach is the ability for residents to receive specific types of notifications, such as weather alerts, or if there's events happening in town, they could opt into those alerts as well. Were there any questions from council regarding this item? Okay, moving on to number 5 here. The next is a request to waive the bid and purchase new law enforcement scheduling software. The current scheduling software subscription with Power Time is set to expire on July 5th. The police department leadership investigated alternatives that would be more cost-effective and better meet the needs of the department. PACE Scheduler provided a lower quote than Power Time, and PACE is also used by other downriver mutual aid cities. What PACE offers will better synchronize with the BSNA budgeting software that the city already has. Therefore, the administration is recommending to waive the bid and approve the purchase of PACE Scheduler software for an initial 1-year time period. Any questions from council on that item? Okay, seeing none. Next is a request for the removal and replacement of a vacuum pump assembly at the fire department. The current equipment has failed and needs to be replaced. This vacuum pump assembly is needed to make sure that the HVAC system at the fire department works properly. Administration is recommending waiving the bid and using Flow Air, which is the city council's approved HVAC vendor, to perform the repairs. Are there any questions from council on that item? Okay, next is the recommendation to purchase a replacement Bobcat loader. The current Bobcat is well beyond its useful life and replacement parts are no longer available. The administration is recommending waiving the bid process and purchasing the equipment using a Sourcewell contract and the Sourcewell contract pricing. This item is part of the recommended budget for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. The administration is making the request today so that delivery of the Bobcat will align with the beginning of the budget year. Are there any questions from council on that item? Okay, next we have the mayor's appointments of Marianne Zalesko and Paul Knott as an alternate to the Board of Review for a term ending June 2029. Are there any questions on that on those appointments? Okay, finally, under Communications A is the mayor's appointment of Ron Moran to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and the Economic Development Corporation for a term expiring June 2032. Any questions on that appointment? Okay, seeing none.
Thank you. We'll reconvene at 7 o'clock.
1:32, just.
Now 7 o'clock, the May 20th regular meeting will come to order. Before we have the pledge, I just want to say I have a moment of silence for our city engineer's son, Aiden Hennessy, had passed away at the age of 21. We extend our condolences to the entire Hennessy family and their staff at Hennessy Engineers, so please for a moment of silence. Thank you. And with that, we'll rise for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Price.
Here.
Councilman Roush.
Here.
Councilman Graziani.
Present.
Councilman George.
Here.
Councilman Ayers Reese.
Present.
Councilman Golick.
Here.
Councilman Cuspa.
Here. I need a motion to approve the work study meeting minutes. It is May 6, 2026.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Ayers Reese.
I'll make a motion, we approve the work study meeting minutes dated May 6, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the regular city council meeting minutes dated May 6, 2026.
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion to approve the regular city council meeting dated May 6, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by Price. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the public hearing minutes proposed water sewer rate increase on May 6, 2026.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Ayers Reese.
I make a motion, we approve the public hearing minutes proposed water sewer rate increase May 6, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the public hearing minutes on the proposed fiscal year 26-27 budget and millage increase on May 6, 2026.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Golick.
I'll make a motion that we approve the public hearing meeting minutes proposed fiscal year 26-27 budget and millage rates, May 6, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Golick, supported by Roush. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. And finally, I need a motion to approve the public hearing minutes on the user charge system for Southgate Wyandotte Drainage District on May 6, 2026.
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion to approve the public hearing minutes for the user charge system for the Southgate Wyandotte Drainage District, May 6, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. No scheduled person in the audience, no consideration of bids, and no scheduled hearings. First item under communications A is a memo from the Finance Director regarding the adoption of proposed 26-27 budget and millage rates. Madam Clerk.
Pursuant to the budget hearing held on May 6, 2026, the following are the proposed millage rates to be levied for the 26-27 fiscal year budget. General operating, the approved is 9.8864, proposed 9.7934. Rubbish, 2.3723, the proposed is 2.3500. Act 345 retirement, the approved is 10.8940, proposed is 10.8940. The library operating approved is 0.8800 and the proposed is 0.8800. Parks and Rec of 2017, the approved is 0.9753, proposed is 0.9661. Act 359 of 1925, the approved is 0.0540 and the proposed is 0.0510. Roads approved 1.8856, proposed is 1.8678. The total summer levy for the approved is 26.9476. The proposed is 26.8023. The 2026 Headley millage reduction factor for Southgate was 0.9906, resulting in a decrease of 0.1453 to the city's overall operating millages. Act 345 retirement levies is exempt from Headley rollbacks. Act 359 of 1925 levy restricts the tax levy to no more than $50,000 per year. As such, that millage has been adjusted accordingly. In addition, relative to the proposed budget, a motion is required in order to levy the 1% administration fee for all taxes to be levied and collected during the fiscal year commencing July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027. A resolution is attached adopting the proposed budget for fiscal year 2026-27. Also, a resolution authorizing the establishment of the above millage rates and the 1% administrative fee is requested.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Gulick.
I'll make a motion that we adopt the fiscal year 2026-27 proposed operating budget and proposed millage rates as presented, and authorize the 1% administrative fee for all taxes to be levied and collected during the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2026 through June 30, 2027.
Support.
Motion by Gulick, supported by Ayers. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a memo from the finance director regarding the approval of proposed 26-27 water and sewer rates. Madam Clerk.
Wait, I have a question. Okay. I'm trying to shorten it.
Don't blame you.
Each year, the budget process, administration reviews the water and sewer rates based on the budgeted expenditures and volumes and proposes adjustments to allow the rates to cover operations, maintenance, and capital requirements of the system. The proposed rates, along with the current rates, are outlined below. The proposed rates represent approximately a 6.8% increase over the current rates for residential usage. Water proposed $42.41, a change of 8%. The sewer proposed is $53.64, 6% change. Capital is proposed $10, and the change is 5.8%. Combined, the proposed is $106.05, a change of 6.8%. Non-residential proposed and current is $1.53, which is no change. Administration is requesting that City Council adopt a resolution establishing the new water rate at $42.41, the new sewer rate at $53.64, the capital rate at $10, and the non-residential user rate at $1.53 per 1,000 cubic feet. The proposed rates will be sufficient to cover the operations, maintenance, and capital requirements of the system. The proposed rates were discussed with City Council at the April 25th, 2026 budget session, and a public hearing was held on May 6th, 2026 to receive comments on the proposed rates. The adopted rates will be effective July 1st, 2026.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion to approve the 2025-26 proposed water rates at $42.41, the proposed sewer rates at $53.64, proposed capital rate at $10, and the non-residential user rate at $1.53 per 1,000 cubic feet, with the rates effective July 1st, 2026.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the memo from the finance director regarding the approval of proposed 26-27 Southgate Water Drainage District user charges. Madam Clerk.
A public hearing was held on May 6, 2026 for discussion and comments regarding the proposed Southgate Wyandotte Drainage District 2026-27 special assessments. It is recommended that City Council adopt a resolution which approves the 2026-27 fiscal year apportionment for the City of Southgate in the amount of $1,393,815.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Ayers.
I make a motion that we approve the 2026-27 fiscal year apportionment of costs related to the operations, maintenance, and replacement facilities constructed by the Southgate Wyandotte Relief Drainage District in the amount of $1,393,815.
Support.
Motion by Ayers, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the mayor regarding the purchase of emergency notification system subscription. Madam Clerk.
It is recommended by the police chief, and I concur with the recommendation to waive the bid process and approve a 3-year subscription for an emergency notification system with Hyper Reach Technology of St. Laurent, Quebec, in the annual amount of $7,500. The term of this subscription will begin July 1st, 2026, and run through June 30th, 2029. Hyper Reach will replace the Code Red system that the city currently uses. Hyper Reach has indicated that residents who have previously registered for Code Red will automatically be enrolled in the Hyper Reach system. Funds are available in the proposed 2026-27 Water and Sewer Fund. Your favorable consideration of this matter is requested.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion, we waive the city bid process and approve the proposal for a 3-year subscription with HyperReach technology for the emergency notification services in the annual amount of $7,500 for the period of July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2029.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the mayor regarding the purchase of law enforcement scheduling system. Madam Clerk.
It is recommended by the police chief, and I concur with his recommendation to waive the bid process and approve the purchase of law enforcement scheduling software from Pace Scheduler, Naperville, Illinois, in the first year amount of $3,110. The term would begin July 6, 2026, and end July 5th, 2027. Funds are available in the proposed 2026-27 Police Department budget. Your favorable consideration of this matter is requested.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman Price.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the city bid process and approve the purchase of law enforcement scheduling software from Pace Scheduler in the first year amount of $3,110.
Support.
Motion by Price, supported by Roush. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the mayor regarding the purchase of vacuum pump assembly. Madam Clerk.
It is recommended by the Department of Public Services Director, and I concur with his recommendation to waive the bid process and approve the purchase of a replacement vacuum pump assembly and couplers for the fire department from Flow Air Heating and Cooling of Southgate in the amount of $3,853. Funds are available in the DPS department budget. Your favorable consideration of this matter is requested.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman George.
I move that we waive the city bid process and approve the purchase of a replacement vacuum pump, assembly, and couplers for the fire department from Flow Air Heating and Cooling, Southgate, Michigan, in the amount of $3,853.
Support.
Motion by George, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next is a letter from the mayor regarding the purchase of replacement Bobcat loader. Madam Clerk.
It is recommended by the Parks and Recreation Director, and I concur with the recommendation to waive the bid process and approve the purchase of a replacement Bobcat loader from Carlton Equipment Company, Bobcat of Motor City, Livonia, Michigan, in the amount of $80,920.19 under Sourcewell Contract 02032-CEC. Funds are available in the proposed 2026-27 Parks and Recreation Millage Fund budget. Your favorable consideration of this matter is requested.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam
Chair,
Councilman Gulick.
I'll make a motion that we waive the city bid process and approve the purchase of a replacement Bobcat loader from Carlton Equipment Company, Bobcat of Motor City, in the amount of $80,920.19 through the Sourcewell Contract 02032-CEC.
Support.
Motion by Gulick, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Next, a letter from the mayor regarding the appointments to the Board of Review. Madam Clerk.
Please be advised that I have made the following appointments to the Board of Review for terms expiring June 2029. Mary Ann Zalesko and Paul Knott as the alternate. Your concurrence on these appointments is appreciated.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chair,
Councilman George.
I move that we concur with the following appointments to the Board of Review for a term expiring June 2029. Mary Ann Zalesko and Paul Knott, alternate.
Support.
Motion by George, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Last is a letter from the mayor regarding the appointment to the Brownsfield Redevelopment Authority Economic Development. Madam Clerk.
Please be advised that I have made the following appointment to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Economic Development Corporation of Ron Moran. Your concurrence on this appointment is appreciated.
What's the pleasure of the council?
Madam Chairman,
Councilman Roush.
I make a motion, we concur with the mayor's appointment to the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority Economic Development Corporation of Ron Moran, term expiring June 2020, or 2032.
Support.
32. Support.
On a motion by Roush, supported by Price. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. Nothing under communications B and no ordinances. Is there any old business the council would like to discuss? Seeing none, is there any new business the council would like to discuss? Seeing none, with unscheduled persons in the audience, if you'd like to address council, please come to the podium, state your name and address, and you'll have 3 minutes. Seeing none, we'll move into claims and accounts. Councilman Roush.
Move to approve warrant 1545 in the amount of $2,774,202.25.
Support.
Motion by Roush, supported by Ayers Reese. Any discussion? Any objection? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Madam Chair,
Councilman Ayers Reese.
I'd like to make a motion. We adjourn.
Support.
Motion by Ayers Reese, supported by George. Any discussion? Any objection? We're adjourned.
Okay.